fools, I'm not crazy. Make them listen to me before it's too late.
Johnny, is the world investing enough into purely scientific projects? Are we investing enough in science, Johnny? Yeah, are we putting enough money into pure science? Well, I think there could be improvements made in some spending, Johnny, but there's one bloody thing out there that I think is the biggest fucking waste of money I've ever seen in science. Yeah, which one? The Large Hadron Collider.
Keep away.
The Large Hadron Collider will reopen today after 3 years of being shut down for improvements.
As of this week, it has discovered 3 new particles which could help us learn how our universe was born and what its future looks like.
But Johnny, it's the most wonderful bloody machine in the world. It's the biggest, most expensive, most powerful bloody thing we've ever built.
Deep below the French-Swiss border lies one of the largest, most powerful, and most expensive scientific instruments ever built that, somewhat ironically, studies the smallest known building blocks of our world. The Large Hadron Collider, LHC, is unquestionably in the upper echelon of scientific discovery, a project so big, in terms of both physical size and human support numbers behind it, that it has dwarfed almost everything that came before.
Yeah, that bloody thing, it costs bloody billions to build, and it's costing billions to operate. It uses more fucking energy than any bloody thing on this planet. And in the end, what are they looking for, Johnny? So you don't think looking for these tiny little pissy particles that no one can see, you don't think that's valuable research? They're looking for tiny little bloody pieces of the universe that don't exist in reality. Yeah, that's right, they don't exist out there, so to find them, they've got to run this fucking light around this thing bloody till it reaches almost the speed of light, and then they smash these tiny pissy little particles into one another, and they read what comes out of it. Johnny, are you saying the scientific bodies throughout the world are wasting everybody's time and fucking money?
LHCb studies the beauty quark, or B quark particle, to explore the differences between matter and its counterpart known as antimatter. Park stated that it took 15 years of preparation to get to this point, so actually running the upgraded detector is a really exciting time. And that is exactly what occurred in the first run following the 3-year pause and upgrades. The group behind the Large Hadron Collider Beauty, LHCb, has reported the discovery of 3 new exotic particles. Exotic particles like this have previously been theorized but not detected.
Now is that the biggest waste of bloody time you could ever imagine? Jesus Christ, Johnny, I'm shocked at that bloody attitude. As I said, these things don't... You need to find them because you need to find these little bloody pissy little things.
The collaboration behind this discovery includes around 1,000 scientists from 20 nations across the world. Professor Parks leads the collaboration, which includes more than 20 members of faculty and PhD students from the University of Manchester.
As I said, these things don't even exist in reality. If you're going to spend bloody billions of dollars on a bloody Hadron Collider, you may as well spend $4 billion on looking for fairies at the bottom of the garden. Fairies at the bottom of the garden? Yeah, that's right, fairies at the bottom of the garden. If they spent $6 billion building a machine that detected fairies, not just at the bottom of the garden, but anywhere, I reckon after about 10 years they'd be starting to find fairies at the bottom of the garden. Evidence of fairies at the bottom of the garden. Yeah, well, yeah, if you spent 4 or 5 billion, yeah. Does that make sense to you, Johnny? Are you getting any of this through your thick fucking skull? Now, I don't know who comes up with the idea to build this and how you present it to the government, or various governments, that we're going to build this thing underground that we fire little photons around and they reach the speed of light, and when we crash them into one another, we're going to produce the tiniest little particles that are only there for a tiniest fraction of amount of time.
The new structures exist for just 100,000th of a billionth of a second, but may explain how our universe is formed.
That don't really exist in real life. That's what we're going to do with it. And the people who are putting the money in seem to say, yeah, by Jesus, what are you going to do with these bloody bosons and and quarks? And the scientific community says, we don't know yet, but by Jesus, we want to find them. Why? Because, well, apparently it's important. I mean, it's the most fucking ridiculous thing you ever heard of.
Importance of the LHC. it's perfectly conceivable that most of the significant findings won't even have a major impact in our lifetime. It could take us 50, 100, or even 200 years to fully understand and use what is being found underground near Geneva. Protons travelling at 99.9% the speed of light. When these beams collide, they break apart, and it is by studying the results of these collisions that scientists...
There was that time a couple of years ago, Johnny, when they were going to make a miniature black hole. Yeah, a miniature black hole. And people out there were shit scared that the fucking black hole was going to swallow the Large Hadron Collider, the bloody country the Large Hadron Collider's in, and then swallow the world.
Heard about it concerning the search for the Higgs boson particle, or, you know, the people who thought it was going to destroy the world, but the questions it is...
I mean, what sort of a bloody threat was that?
Each is unique, but experts are thrilled about the qualities of the 3 new finds.
We got people starving in the bloody half the countries in the world, Johnny, and we got fucking people looking for quarks and shit, spending billions looking for quarks and bosons and bloody mystical particles. Who's deciding what bloody scientists bloody study? But Johnny, science has got to decide for itself what it's going to study, surely. I mean, what's it got to do with us? I mean, do we just do whatever the bloody scientists want us to do, for Christ's sake? I want the people to let us know in the comment section below there whether we should be spending more money on this type of bullshit or whether we should be spending money on things that actually help the world. So what are you going to look for then, Johnny, if you're not looking for quarks and bloody bosons and Christ knows what?
Suspense that will clutch you like quicksand. Pulling you down into bottomless depths of suffocating horror.